Pick the odd one out. A. Hartley oscillator. B. Colpitt oscillator. C. Clapp oscillator. D. Weinbridge oscillator. The correct answer is Weinbridge oscillator. In a CE amplifier, the output coupling capacitor is short-circuited. The DC collector voltage A will increase. B may increase or decrease. C will remain the same. D will decrease. The correct answer is will decrease. A certain transistor has a DC of 0.98 and a collector's leakage current of 5A. If IE1 mA, the collector current will be A 1.005 mA, B 0.985 mA, C 0.975 mA, D 0.955 mA. The correct answer is 0.985 mA. If 1.5 of the output of an amplifier is feedback positively to the input, the minimum gain required of the amplifier for oscillations to occur is A 16.6, B 44.4, C 66.6, D 75. The correct answer is 66.6. The use of a capacitor filter in a rectifier circuit gives satisfactory performance only when the load A. current is high, B. current is low, C. voltage is high, D. voltage is low. The correct answer is current is low. The transconductance curve of a JFET is A. straight line, B. parabolic, C. hyperbolic, D. inverted V-type. The correct answer is parabolic. The input resistance R of an ideal voltage amplifier is and that of a current amplifier is A 0 B infinite infinite, C 0 infinite, D infinite 0. The correct answer is infinite 0. In CE amplifier circuit, voltage gain is directly proportional to A. B. collector supply voltage, C. base resistance, D. none of the above. The correct answer is the heat sink disposes of heat mainly by A. radiation, B. natural convection, C. forced convection, D. conduction. The correct answer is natural convection. A major advantage of TWT over a Klystron lies in its A. higher bandwidth, B. higher gain, C. higher frequency, D. higher output. The correct answer is higher gain. When narrow current pulses drive a high Qresonant circuit, the voltage across the circuit looks like A. narrow pulses, B. half sine wave, C. almost sine wave, D. either A or B. The correct answer is almost sine wave. The multivibrator circuit that has a typical application of converting sinusoidal input into a square wave output is A. emitter-coupled binary, B. Schmitt trigger, C. monoshot multivibrator, D. free-running multivibrator. The correct answer is Schmitt trigger. Symbol shown in figure represents A. P-channel enhancement MOSFET, B. N-channel de MOSFET, C. UJT with P-type base, D. UJT with N-type base. The correct answer is P-channel enhancement MOSFET. The feedback resistance RD in small signal model of MOSFET is of the order of A. 1000 m, B. 1 m, C. 1K, D. 100. The correct answer is 1000 m. Which amplifier has a voltage gain of less than 1? A. common emitter, B. common collector, C. common base, D. both CB and CC. The correct answer is common collector. A clamper. A. adds a DC component to the input signal, B. removes signal voltages above or below a specified value, C. both A and B, D. either A or B. The correct answer is both A and B. For holding the drain current constant in spite of large changes in JFET parameters, A. Current source bias is used. B. Voltage divider bias is used. C. Reverse bias is used. D. No bias is used. The correct answer is current source bias is used. The main disadvantage of a JFET is A. Low gain bandwidth product. B. High noise level. C. High cost. D. Low gain. The correct answer is low gain bandwidth product. For Q1, the output frequency of LC oscillator is equal to resonant frequency. A. True. B. False. C. D. The correct answer is true. At the peak of negative half cycle in figure, A. Diode A is forward biased and diode B is reverse biased. B. Both diodes are reverse biased. C. Both diodes are forward biased. D. Diode A is reverse biased and diode B is forward biased. The correct answer is diode A is reverse biased and diode B is forward biased. In 3242 is A. PNP transistor. B. NPN transistor. C. UJT. D. Semiconductor diode. The correct answer is semiconductor diode. Low frequency response of amplifier is mainly limited by A. Input capacitor. B. Bypass capacitor. C. Output capacitor. D. Biasing capacitor. The correct answer is bypass capacitor. With negative feedback, the closed loop gain is always less than open loop gain. A. True. B. False. C. D. The correct answer is true. As compared to a bipolar transistor, a JFET is A. Highly sensitive to changes in input voltage. B. More sensitive to changes in input voltage. C. Less sensitive to changes in input voltage. D. Equally sensitive to changes in input voltage. The correct answer is less sensitive to changes in input voltage. In a bistable multivibrator, commutating capacitors are used to A. Increase the base storage charge. B. Provide AC coupling. C. Increase the speed of response. D. Alter the frequency of the output. The correct answer is increase the speed of response. In a CE amplifier, the AC signal is increased. Which of the following will not change? A. AC base voltage. B. AC collector voltage. C. AC emitter voltage. D. AC collector voltage and AC emitter voltage. The correct answer is AC emitter voltage. The ideal op-amp has the following characteristics: ARI AR00, BRI0 AR00, CRI A0 AR00, DRI0 AR0. The correct answer is RI AR00. The input differential stage of op-amp 741 is biased at about 10 a current. Such a low current of the input stage gives A1 and 2, B1 2 and 4, C3 and 4, D1 2 3 and 4. The correct answer is 1 2 and 4. A Darlington circuit is obtained by connecting A2 CB stages in cascade, B2 CE stages in cascade, C a CE stages followed by CB stage, D2 emitter follower in cascade. The correct answer is 2 CB stages in cascade. A CE amplifier has a high input signal in the wave shape of emitter current. A positive and negative half cycles will be symmetrical. B positive half cycle will be elongated and negative half cycle will be compressed. C positive half cycle will be compressed and negative half cycle will be elongated. D the half cycles may be either elongated or compressed. The correct answer is positive half cycle will be elongated and negative half cycle will be compressed. An inverting voltage feedback is A voltage amplifier, B current amplifier, C current to voltage converter, D voltage to current converter. The correct answer is current to voltage converter. If a transistor is operating with both of its junctions forward biased but with the collector base forward biased but with the collector base forward bias greater than the emitter base forward bias, then it is operating in the A forward active mode, B reverse saturation mode, C reverse active mode, D forward saturation mode. The correct answer is reverse active mode. In a CE amplifier, the Q point is very close to cutoff point on the load line. This results in A saturation clipping, B cutoff clipping, C both saturation and cutoff clipping, D either saturation clipping or cutoff clipping. The correct answer is cutoff clipping. If the value of C2 and C3 are doubled, the oscillation frequency will be A quadrupled, B doubled, C unchanged, D halved. The correct answer is unchanged. Which of the following statement about JFET is correct? A. In an N-channel JFET, the channel is the narrowest under zero gate bias condition. B. In a JFET, the gates are always forward biased. C. In a JFET, gate source cutoff voltage is numerically equal to the pinch off voltage. D. It is a voltage controlled device. The correct answer is in a JFET, gate source cutoff voltage is numerically equal to the pinch off voltage. A Wien bridge oscillator uses Wien bridge for A. Tuning and phase shift, B. Tuning, C. Phase shift, D. Either tuning or phase shift. The correct answer is tuning and phase shift. A cascade amplifier will have higher cutoff frequency, A equal to that of single stage amplifier, B less than that of single stage amplifier, C more than that of single stage amplifier, D none of these. The correct answer is less than that of single stage amplifier. Which of the following values represents the open loop gain of typical op amp? A 100, B 10,000, C 1 lakh, D 10 lakhs. The correct answer is 1 lakh. Which of the following configuration has low thermal stability? A CB, B CC, C CE, D all have identical thermal stability. The correct answer is CB. Efficiency of class A power amplifier is very poor. A true, B false, C D. The correct answer is true. In an op amp comparator, the positive or negative output is A saturated, B amplifier, C unsaturated, D any of the above. The correct answer is saturated. In logarithmic amplifiers, output voltage is equal to A k dot log 10 input voltage, B k dot log E input voltage, C input voltage, D. The correct answer is k dot log E input voltage. In a series regulated power supply circuit, the voltage gain of passed transistor satisfies the condition A AV, B 1 AV, C AV1, D AV1. The correct answer is AV1. Occasionally a discrete amplifier uses RF chokes instead of collector resistors. Such amplifiers are inherently A low-pass amplifiers, B high-pass amplifiers, C band-pass amplifiers, D none of the above. The correct answer is high-pass amplifiers. In oscillator circuits, the energy feedback to its input terminal from output is A always in phase with the input signal, B 90 out of phase with the input signal. C 180 out of phase with the input signal. D 270 out of phase with the input signal. The correct answer is 180 out of phase with the input signal.